Back to my channel, everyone. It is Christy here doing the weekly reading for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the week of October 31st through to November 7th. Happy Halloween, everyone. This is the week that I'll be doing readings focusing on loving the self. So as you know, last week we were looking at hidden strengths, and for a couple weeks before that we were doing some healing work intentions. So this week we're going to be looking at some terms around loving the self. So either more or at all, or even, where to begin. How do I know how to begin to love myself? So we'll be using the Wisdom of the Oracle for our main spread, and as always drawing from the other decks, being the Healing with the Angels Oracle and the Medicine cards. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And whatever is most prominent in your life this week, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to. And hopefully you find them helpful and healing. So, what does Cancer need to know about loving the self? Whoops, we got a bunch of flippy floppies there. Bear with me here. So we had 3 jumpers. As you know, if there's 2, that's okay. Or unless I've begun the reading and there's 3 jumpers, I'll take them. But we're just looking for 1, maximum 2 more jumpers. All right, Cancer, we've got your cards out as a snapshot of what's going on for the week for you. We have some really gorgeous energy for you. I'm really pleased to see this. And it looks like you're going to be challenging yourself a little bit, which is a beautiful way to keep growing both mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So I'm really pleased to see that for you. But generally, we're looking in terms of loving the self. We're looking at least beginning from a place of knowing what it is or knowing what you already love about yourself and maybe expanding on that. I don't think that concept is new to you, Cancer. In fact, it might be something that you've already spent a great deal of time working on, that you were aware of, that needed to be worked on, no matter how you sort of got to that position. Perhaps it was the end of a relationship. Perhaps it was a health issue. Perhaps it was, even something as sort of, separate technically from us, a political theme, or changes in politics, or in our understanding of the environment or science. Like something really piqued a part of you that said, you know what, I think it's time. The time is now for me to make some significant changes. So I really feel like you're not starting at zero here. You've come to an understanding within yourself that you do love yourself, and your self-dialogue is probably fairly healthy, and you feel very confident and blessed, probably at work and at home, which is lovely to see for you, and a great deal of healing energy around you. And like I said, some excitement around making a decision and challenging yourself, and really to keep growing here. So I just see this as a lovely week for you. So let's get into why I would be reading this the way I did. Here with blessed in your central position, of course, this represents you. This is like, it is self-explanatory, but let's look at, for example, the color in the card. We're looking at mauve, pink, purple. We're looking at, you know, the yellow, the golden opportunities in the stars. We've got the golden bow of stars on her head. Of course, we have the woman and fish figure. This could be very closely aligned with the sign of Capricorn, or themes having to do with the 10th house, of course, which Capricorn rules. So briefly around Capricorn, it is an earth sign, so there could be earthly elements here, as I said, and that's why I mentioned being blessed, feeling content both in home and at work. Also appreciated and confident. And of course, with the 10th house, we're looking at stability. We're looking at generating more income. Of course, all earth signs have to do with the pentacles in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. So we're looking at, you know, stability, earthly pleasures, wonders of the five senses, right? Things that we can see and feel. And all of these, this is where you're feeling blessed. So in health, in what you see before you, what you're hearing, what you're experiencing, and you know, even the way that you dress. Maybe your wardrobe is changing. Maybe you've treated yourself to, you know, a manicure or a new haircut, and it's really helping improve. Like, you understand how much this helps improve your own life, even though it just seems like an insignificant thing to do. But you're treating it as though it's an act of self-love, and it really truly is. So that's beautiful to see here. And then back to the color with the pinks and the mauves. Mauve is very feminine, very receptive, very generous and loving color. And here with purple, of course, we have red and blue together. Two very dominant colors, which make purple. It's not only a royal color, it's considered a divine color as well, particularly with spiritual endeavors here. So feeling very blessed, content, competent is a really good feeling here. I know, for example, that she has this appearance. Hopefully you can see this in her eyes, I hope. Maybe. But she's just very accepting. She's very accepting of herself. And lastly, but not leastly, with the wings, there's this sense of being comfortable in all types of areas of your life. So with the bottom half of her body being a sea creature, and of course the wings being the air creature. So just really being competent and confident in all areas of your life. And it's easy to see why. Here we have happy as the influence to the current position for you. And this is just really a celebration, right? Just really understanding what it takes to love the self, or finally having gone through the work of knowing what it takes to love yourself, and willingly accepting yourself and letting go with love everything that doesn't work for you. You know, that feeling every day like, oh, I'm free and I can be happy, and it's paid off. That work has paid off. Self-acceptance and self-love is makes us feel very, very rich. And so I feel like you've come through this, or you're coming through this, or you're able to finally come to terms with, yeah, I did it myself. Another beautiful thing about going through, say, you know, a personal trial by fire, in my view, is that you know you did it yourself and you didn't have to rely on someone else. And that also gives you an enormous amount of courage and self-respect. So that's a beautiful way to feel about yourself, because of course that's how you project yourself. Some major themes are the celebratory balloons, and of course this sweet little hummingbird, which also equals joy. And you can see she's sort of, even her stance is a joyful one. She's very free. I mean, there's a lot of gaiety in this stance. She's not worried at all that she's going to trip over anything. And with the major symbolism with the keyhole in the egg here, something is about to bloom, or something is deep within that is sort of incubating here. So, and I see this here. You need to go to another level. You need to take this to another level here, but you're happy to do it because you've, as I said, you already feel the success of how far you've come already, and you're just very interested in sort of building on that. And lastly, with the huge mandala underneath the whole image here. And of course, we know that mandalas are mathematical sequences, and that mathematics as well as music is the language of the universe. In fact, mathematics can be found in tone, can be found in color, and in every single thing, everything that's created in the universe. So I just feel like you're sort of either aware of or becoming acting within an element of the universe, that you recognize that you're a child of the universe, and you no longer feel alone, and you no longer feel this type of stress or sense of rush or hurriedness anymore. There's a sense of, I'm gonna take each day at a time, and that works for me, and it's been successful for you. So continue in that way. Again here, this is about you, for you, so you don't owe anyone anything here. And ultimately, all this beauty, the happiness, feeling blessed, mending fences here, this touches other people's lives, right? Everything that you do to love yourself and improve your own life really, really does help improve the world, beginning with the people closest to you. So this is just a beautiful theme in your life this week. Fork in the road is your probable outcome. Here we just have a decision to be made. I wouldn't say it's a major one. I would say it's the next level one. And you could be astutely aware of what that is right now. If that's the case, just keep going with the flow with this. Keep making that list. Keep checking off as you go and stay on course here. You've got the element of wisdom here. You've also got this sense of something could be distracting you. Again, with the theme of loving yourself, I'm going to suggest this is you, that you're finding distraction. And, there's a time for that. And there's a time to sort of, put your foot down and say, this is more important. I'm going to get to the next level here. So quiet down those internal or external distractions this week, especially because you're definitely being pulled to the next phase of what you ought to be doing here with regard to loving the self. And one of my favorite cards from the deck, being the mending card, is your general energy for the whole week, especially with regard to the theme being loving yourself. You doing this work for yourself, and I mean, keep going deep, okay? There's always another level to go to when we need to forgive and mend within, but there could be a mending relationship that is occurring with another individual external to you as well, or your own personal mending and healing and self-love is going to benefit the mending of another relationship, or the other person will find that your healing and self-love is now a sign that they can come back into your life, or they can mend with you, or you could even inspire them that, you know what, if they can do it, I can do it. I'm going to give it a try, because it's important to do that as well. But you'll recognize here, of course, we've got two individuals, and it is important to see there that mending fences could be very much a theme here. But regardless, continue in the path of loving the self, and it will definitely rub off in the other person here, even if it is on a psychic level as well. We could be looking at dream time mending as well. So if you are remembering dreams this week, jot them down or try to remember them. They'll be very significant with regard to healed relationships. Here with blessings as one of your outcome cards. Again here with blessed, blessings. I mean, they're kind of self-explanatory, but the theme here is just of abundance, joy, fruitfulness, protection. Both of these entities have wings. There's a sense of, rising above something here, going beyond personal limitations, right? Which here again, with fork in the road, a decision needs to be another layer, another level needs to be reached here for you. It's almost like, yeah, you can do it. You can overcome whatever limitations those are, because the recent or distant past where you've had to challenge yourself in this way, you've been successful, even if it was difficult or a significant challenge for you. Wow. It's been so successful that it's inspired you, okay? Your own changes, your own healing, your own work, your own loving of the self is inspiring even you, and trust me, it's inspiring others. So I'm just so delighted to see this for you, Cancer. You really deserve this. And the entire world benefits because of your significant emotional and psychological and spiritual contribution to self-healing. So I just really want to thank you to everyone who's doing this, to all my Cancer Sun, Moons, and Risings. Your last card is self-esteem. Not shocked, gotta tell you. Absolutely, self-esteem plays a part. And again, this is... it's almost like a nothing can get you down, nothing can bring you down kind of thing. Are you still having human experiences? Absolutely. Are you still struggling in some areas? Do you still need to make some decisions? Could there be some more self-love work? Absolutely. We're not done growing yet, right? As long as we're breathing, we're growing. But the point here is that your self-esteem is benefiting, and it's raising consciousness, and it's raising energy. And ultimately, your self-esteem benefits here through all of this work as well. And it'll help improve all areas of your life, your love life, your work life. All family relationships will improve here. Even the way you go about your day, the way that you hold yourself, and the way that you present yourself, even the things that you will and won't put up with, right? Your healthy boundaries is affected here with self-esteem. So really beautiful to see here. It just looks like you've come to terms with who you really are, what you really want. You accept yourself, you love yourself for all your faults and for all of your gifts, especially those that you used to put in the wayside or thought were insignificant or didn't want to look at for whatever reason. Maybe you're just shy. That's very, very possible for my water signs. And here with mending, such a beautiful gift to give the world, Cancer. I'm so pleased to see that. So thank you for contributing to world joy and healing. This could also have to do around political healing and essentially earth or environmental healing as well. So to all my environmental Cancerians, really big shout out. Thank you so much for working on behalf of Mother Earth. If you have a second, please comment below. Let me know how this works out for you. I'm always curious to hear what makes sense, what works, what doesn't. And I want to thank each and every one of my subscribers. I hit 2,000 subscribers today, and I'm over the moon about it. So if you're not already, subscribe today. It's free, and you get updates on my videos every week. I look forward to making face-to-face videos soon with regard to more themes around astrology and tarot, and other areas, sort of spirituality and health. So I really appreciate you sticking around for that. I love reading for you. So thank you so much for being with me today. And until we meet in the next video, take excellent care of yourself, Cancer. Bye for now.